The observation deck hummed with the low thrum of the station's gravity generators. Maya's scaled hands gripped the railing, her reptilian eyes narrowing as she gazed through the reinforced transparasteel viewport. Below them, the blue-green marble of Earth rotated slowly, its clouds swirling in hypnotic patterns. "It's big." "Sit here," Essa said quietly, gesturing to the bench behind them. Maya turned, her crest flaring slightly in confusion. "Big? Commander, I've seen gas giants that could swallow my homeworld 3 times over. This is just another—" "Sit," Essa repeated, his tone gentle but firm. The human veteran's weathered face held an expression she'd learned to recognize during their 3 months serving together on the Galactic Unity Station. It was the look he wore when he knew something she didn't, when patience and perspective were about to intersect. She sat, her tail curling around the bench's leg. Essa settled beside her, moving with the careful deliberation of someone whose body bore the scars of too many deployments. He'd fought in the Zephyros conflict, the siege of Kepler 442b, and a dozen other battles that had become required reading at the Imperial War Academy. "When I first came up here," Essa began, his gaze fixed on the planet below, "I'd just finished basic training. 20 years old, thought I'd seen everything. We'd studied every species in the Alliance, learned their capabilities, their weapons, their tactics." He smiled faintly. "Your people's plasma breath alone could level a city block." Maya's crest lowered slightly. She knew where this might be going. Another speech about humanity's surprising resilience. Their tactical ingenuity, the usual platitudes that floated around the station. "Look closer," Essa said, pointing to the planet's surface. "What do you see?" She leaned forward, her enhanced vision picking out details. "Continents, oceans, city lights on the night side, standard inhabited world topology." "Now tell me what you really see." Maya focused, her warrior's eye analyzing the terrain. "High gravitational field, 1.2 times my homeworld standard. Extreme axial tilt causing severe seasonal variations. Volatile weather patterns. Tectonically active. I can see the volcanic chains along that fault line." She paused, her analytical mind processing the data. "Commander, this world is hostile. Not quite a death world by classification standards, but certainly hazardous for most species." "Most," Essa echoed. 8 billion humans down there. 8 billion of us evolved in that chaos." He stood, walking to the viewport. "My ancestors didn't have scales that could deflect plasma fire. No natural weapons, no venom, no ability to breathe fire or survive in vacuum for even a few seconds. We were prey animals, Maya. We still have the instincts, jumping at shadows, seeing threats everywhere." "I don't understand," Maya said, though something in her gut told her she was beginning to. "That planet tried to kill us every single day. Ice ages that buried continents, predators with teeth like daggers, diseases that wiped out millions, droughts, floods, earthquakes, hurricanes." His voice remained steady, matter of fact. "And we didn't just survive. We thrived. We looked at a world that wanted us dead and said, 'Not today.'" Essa turned to face her. "You know what the first thing we did when we achieved spaceflight was?" "Explore?" Maya offered. "We went to our moon. A lifeless rock with no atmosphere, temperatures that swing 300 degrees, and radiation that would kill most species in hours." He laughed, a sound without humor. "And we planted a flag. Then we sent robots to places even more hostile. Venus, where lead melts on the surface. Titan, where it rains liquid methane. Mars, a frozen desert with dust storms that could swallow your homeworld's largest city." Maya felt her crest rising involuntarily, a physiological response to challenge or threat. "You're saying humans are dangerous. I'm saying we're relentless." Essa returned to the bench, sitting with a soft grunt. "Every species in the Alliance comes from a world that nurtured them, that gave them time to evolve intelligence in relative safety. Your people, the Draconians, Evolved in the volcanic highlands. Harsh, yes, but stable. Predictable seasons, abundant geothermal energy, natural cave systems for shelter. He gestured to Earth. We got none of that. We clawed our way up from nothing, and every step was a fight. So when the Zephyros Armada came to conquer, when they expected us to fold like every other species, he met her eyes. They didn't understand that for us. Extinction has always been on the table. We've been staring it down since before we could make fire. The observation deck fell silent except for the station's ambient sounds. Maya looked back at Earth, seeing it differently now. Not just a planet, but a crucible. A forge that had hammered a species into something uniquely stubborn. The war, she said slowly. When your fleet held the line at Proxima Station against 7-to-1 odds. We'd seen worse odds every winter for 100,000 years, Essa said simply. The Zephyros had superior technology, better ships, more troops. But they'd never had a planet try to murder them in their sleep. They'd never had to be creative just to eat breakfast. Maya's claws scraped softly against the bench. My instructor said humans were lucky, that you won through chance and alliance support. Luck? Essa shook his head. Luck is what you make when you've spent millennia turning disasters into opportunities. We didn't wait for the galaxy to be kind to us. We made it respect us. She stood, moving to the viewport beside him. Earth hung there, beautiful and terrible, a world of contradictions. Life and death, creation and destruction, all spinning together in delicate balance. It's big, Maya whispered, finally understanding. Yeah, Essa agreed. Not in size, in what it represents. That's where we learn to never give up. That's where we learned that the universe doesn't care about fair, so you better care about winning. Maya's crest settled into a position of respect, the draconian equivalent of a salute. I think I understand now, Commander, why you fight the way you do, why surrender isn't in your vocabulary. Oh, we understand surrender, Essa corrected gently. We just don't practice it much. That planet down there taught us something more important. How to get back up. Every single time. They stood together in silence, veteran and student, dragon and human, watching humanity's cradle turn below. And for the first time since joining the Alliance military, Maya truly grasped what made humans so formidable. It wasn't their technology or their tactics or their numbers. It was that they came from a world that had been trying to kill them since the beginning, and they'd taken it personally. End.